Hey guys, it's Ilana and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm going to be talking to you about how you can compete in a bikini competition on a budget. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm a single girl navigating the dating world here in San Francisco, and I'm also on a journey to my second bikini competition. So if you are interested in bikini competition stuff, or you're a single girl navigating the dating world, this is the channel for you. Hit that subscribe link down below. I post new videos every Monday and sometimes on bonus Fridays like today. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So there are going to be 4 different things that are going to be the bulk of your expenses. That is your coach, your competition fees, your federation membership, and your tan. And the reason I didn't say your suit is because there are ways to budget a suit. Coaches are expensive. They can range from like $200 to $700 a month. It's really important that you know what your budget is so you know how much you can afford every single month when it comes to coaching. I told you in my last video that it is really important that you have a coach when you are competing for a competition. You're gonna have great guidance, you're gonna have a support system, you're gonna have someone who's gonna look after you and get you ready and lean for that stage. So make sure that you have your coach like I've mentioned in a previous video, which you can watch right here. Second thing, like I mentioned, are the show fees. You may want to compete in like 1 to 2 classes. Most classes range from like $100 to $150. So if you're doing 2 classes, you could be spending at least $200 in show fees just to sign up for your show. It is not free to sign up. You have to pay to compete. So keep that in mind. That's also going to be a huge bulk of your expense. And the third thing is your federation card. I know the MPC card costs about $125, and that's really expensive. There's just no way to work around that. You have to have a federation card in order to compete in a show, and everyone pays the same amount for that federation. So again, that's another bulk of your cost. The fourth thing, technically you could save money on this, but I recommend that you don't. I recommend that you always go with the sponsored tan that is with the show, because they're gonna professionally do it for you. I would only recommend you doing your own tan if you know exactly how to use a spray tan machine, or if you know exactly how to get the perfect shade for show day. Please just get it done and do it by the show's providers, because it's gonna look really nice and it's gonna include the bikini bite and the glaze. That way you don't have to spend money on the bikini bite and glaze. Let's talk about the first thing that you can save money on, and that's like one of the most important things, is the suit. So most people will be spending around like, I don't know, $300 to $800 on a suit. My first suit was $175. I recommend you try out something like Etsy for your first suit. There are so many cheap, good quality suits. I loved the quality of my suit. It's just that I ordered something that was just a little bit too small for me. So I ordered a new suit, and I did decide to splurge on it. I'll be honest with you. I spent a ton of money on my new suit, but I'm really excited about it. It's gonna fit me properly, and it's gonna look amazing on me. Another thing you can do to save money on a suit is if you really cannot fork out like $175 to $200 on a suit, then you have the option to rent one. Yes, that is a thing. You can rent suits. You can purchase a used suit. I know you may be apprehensive to purchasing a used suit, but as long as it's clean and it's sanitized, it's in great condition, then why not? I mean, it's gonna save you so much money. So that's one way to help you save money on a bikini competition suit. Another thing that people like to spend a lot of money on, which they don't have to, and that is your hair and makeup. Ladies, you do not need to be spending $200 to get your hair and makeup done. That is something you can literally do for free. Like, I know, you want it to look good, you want it to look perfect. That is what YouTube videos are for. I did a bikini competition makeup tutorial about a little over a year ago. You can watch it right here. Fair warning, the quality is really bad, but it's still helpful information, and I can certainly do an updated tutorial for you guys. Learn how to do your makeup. If you're a female, every female should know how to at least put some sort of form of makeup on. Even if you don't wear makeup, that's okay. I hope that you at least know how to get the idea of how to put makeup on. Start watching YouTube videos, start practicing how to do your makeup. always do a test run of your makeup before the show day because you want your makeup to look good. Please do not spend money on a makeup artist. It's really not worth it. Same thing with your hair. If you don't know how to use a curling wand or a hair straightener by now, honey, what are you doing with your life? You don't need to be spending all this money on hair and makeup. Self-teach yourself how to do makeup and hair because it will save you so much money in the long run. One big expense that a lot of competitors run into, and that is the accommodations. So I think it's important for your first show is to do it locally, especially if it's in the same city as you. That way you do not have to pay for a hotel. You do not have to pay for a plane ticket or for gas when you have to travel. All you have to do is just show up however way that you can get to the show, and it's really not going to cost you that much money if you're driving or taking public transportation. Doing your first show or as many shows as you can close to your area is really going to save you a lot of money. That way you don't have to pay for hotels. And if you do have to travel like I have to in August, then I recommend that you get an Airbnb. It's going to be a lot cheaper than a hotel. Now, I will admit, I did not do an Airbnb. I chose the provider's hotel suggestion just because there weren't a lot of good Airbnbs around the area. And I was just like, you know, I'm just gonna do the hotel. It's close to the venue. I will be in a really comfortable environment. But for other upcoming shows, I'm probably gonna be doing an Airbnb if I have to travel. So think about Airbnbs and also think about doing local shows in your hometown. That way you get to sleep in the comfort of your own bed and you can let the tan ruin your own bed sheets and not have to worry about that hotel charging you for them. Combine these two together, and that is shoes and jewelry. So with shoes, again, you don't need to go out and buy a new pair of shoes. Well, okay, you have to have clear high heels, but who said you have to buy new pairs of shoes for like 50 bucks? Poshmark is a lifesaver when it comes to buying shoes. I bought my shoes used, and guess what? Perfectly fine with it. I saved a couple of bucks by not purchasing new shoes for my show. Also, another thing with jewelry, you're gonna wanna have some bling, like some earrings and some bracelets to be flashy and whatnot. A lot of people say that they spend so much money on jewelry, and I'm just like, why? You don't need real diamonds on that stage. I spent literally 11 bucks on eBay for my show jewelry. So do not spend 75 bucks on jewelry when you can literally spend like $10 to $11. I'm gonna combine these two things together, and that is food and gym membership. So the gym membership, I get it, that's probably something you can't exactly work around. Like most people are gonna be paying for the same thing depending on that gym. I go to 24 Hour Fitness. It literally costs me about 30 bucks a month, which is one of the cheapest gyms in San Francisco, and that's probably why it's always so crowded all the time. You have to have a gym to go to. You have to pay that expense every month. I feel like, you know, there's no way around that. Do your research when it comes to a gym and learn what's in your budget and what you can afford. I personally recommend something like 24 Hour Fitness. It's gonna have all the equipment that is gonna help you successfully prepare for your competition. Second thing is the food. You're gonna spend so much money on your food. I highly recommend that you go to Trader Joe's or you go to Costco to get your food because you can buy it in bulk, and that way it'll last you a while and you won't have to keep buying food over and over and over again. Trader Joe's is also really cheap and cost effective when it comes to food. It's cheaper than Safeway, Kroger, Target, all of those places. Whole Foods is even expensive. So I really recommend go to Trader Joe's or your local Costco, whatever bulk wholesale place you have in your area. That's gonna save you so much more money on food. Supplements can be bought in bulk. I recommend you buy it in bulk. I recommend that you go to Amazon or you use discount codes when you purchase supplements. And by supplements, I mean things like protein powder, creatine, BCAAs, fat burners. I'm not saying like you have to have supplements, but they definitely do help you, and they can help you get some extra protein, and they help you get some extra energy in for your workouts. It's your choice what you want to spend your money on. Supplements aren't necessary, but they're definitely recommended. But there's so many ways that you can save money. Again, discount codes are going to be your best friend. And as far as the wax goes, you're gonna have to get your vagina waxed. There's really no way around that. If you can do that yourself, that is great. Also, do your research on what is the most affordable option for you when it comes to a bikini wax, because it is necessary for you to compete in. To give you a breakdown, I have spent a little over $1,000 on my first show. I have spent way more on this competition because I got a new suit and I have to travel outside of San Francisco to go to my next show. So it is gonna cost me a little bit more money. But as far as my first show, I was very broke at the time, and well, I needed to do it on a budget, and that's how I did it. And if I can do it, then you can do it too. I hope all these tips helped you and that it's gonna teach you some ways on how you can save for your upcoming bikini competition. And if you liked this video and you thought it was helpful, make sure you give it a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!